So once again, it's raining. So no work today, but I'm gonna get one of the big reel mowers ready. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over tomorrow and we're gonna cut the ugly lawn that we've transformed. It's gonna be really cool. You gotta see this. So we've taken this lawn over and we fixed it. It was 80% weeds. We fixed it. This is the first cut and the first time that this lawn has actually been almost pure Bermuda in probably a decade. Haven't done any seeding to it. So you'll want to watch that. It'd be pretty cool. So hold on. Hey guys, so as you can see, it is raining out here once again. And the cold front's moving in and I'm kind of freaking out. We got some stuff ready because we're gonna have temperatures dropping down to 31 degrees, which is horrible. It's not gonna do anything to your lawn, by the way. A lot of people are asking that. The soil temperature is fine. It'll keep your grass, but man, on all these other plants that are out here in my vegetable garden, we're doing some coverings with some canvas tarps. We're using some buckets on some other plants, but anyways, I'll just go in real quick. I'm gonna sharpen the reel mower. We're gonna use the big True Cut because I don't want to use the McLean's over there because there's rocks and everything else. So that's about it. Let's start. So maintenance time on the True Cut. I've got this all taken apart, trying to clean up. You end up getting a lot of grease on these in here. So this is what it looks like after I've sharpened it. You can see the paste on there. There it is with the paste on there. Be careful because sometimes these can cut you. And then I take these really good looking business cards. You want to use cardstock. And then you're going to adjust it and make it cut. Put that away dirty. You really need to, try to tell my son, you really need to clean these blades off while they're wet. I'm gonna start to just barely tighten these here. Chains, why are you such a pain in the butt? This always happens. Morning. So we got that all tuned up, and I use the big True Cut, the 27, only when I have really big lawns to do or I'm going over doing some real crappy work. I don't like to use the McLean's. I only use the McLean's on our daily cutting. Also, the True Cut is a good 100 pounds heavier, I would say. It's a big, heavy unit. And if you keep using that unit on a daily basis on like on my lawn, I'll get track marks. And you don't get that with the McLean's. So that's why we're using it. But I want to walk over here real quick and show you this lawn. All right, so there's the test patch. Bill cut that the other day. But if you remember, this is the lawn that we've killed off. This will all fill in with Bermuda. So look at just how good that looks. That is gorgeous. It's almost all Bermuda. Ooh, So it's gonna be a windy, chilly day today, and we got a cold front coming in. Oh. Tie your hat down, Doc. I'm gonna have to go with some less wind resistance here. So my lawn, I already gave it its first cut, and it's looking pretty good. Not bad at all. One of the benefits of having a real mower is we had lots of rain yesterday, and we can still come out here and we can cut this grass. If we were trying to cut it with a riding mower, it would leave ruts. So let me show you. Bill's cutting this with a riding mower now, and let me show you what I mean. Can you see all the ruts there? And that's what happens when you run a riding mower over wet ground. You get those ruts. Even with this big true cut, these big heavy wheels, you don't want to consistently use it because it'll leave ruts. That's why I like the McLeans.
Hold up just a minute. Been looking for some help just to find myself. Been losing my focus like 1,000 times before. Can't take this anymore. 'Cause I've been looking for something to change thoughts into motion. Been waiting way too long. Yeah, waiting just for somebody to love and to surround me and to handle my emotions. I was out waiting for something, and if I close my eyes, it's all been a waste of time. I was out driving every mile, and now if I rewind, it's all been a waste of time.
He's gonna have one of the best looking Bermuda lawns in the neighborhood in about 2 or 3 weeks, because we've got it down low, we've got all the weeds gone, and I'll show you what it looks like. And you can see that looks good. So I did want to stop and mention real quick, a couple of you guys have talked about trying to order PGF Complete or Human Char. There's some crazy stuff going on right now with everything, whether it's lumber, whether it's garden supplies. And I'm telling you, I've warned you this every year, order early. Even the other day, I went in my garage and went, oh crap, I don't have any of this. And I went inside and I ordered it real quick. Everything is short. Go try and buy an RV. Go try and buy a golf cart. Go try and buy lumber. I mean, stuff is just real tight this year. So just order early and have your stuff ready. Right now, you should be putting out PGF Complete and Human Char. Those are the two things you should be pounding out right now. PGF Complete and Human Char. I am going to do a video. I got a bunch of videos coming up. We're going to do one about lawn leveling, so hit subscribe. I'm going to do one talking about adjusting your phosphorus level. We'll talk about that, a little trick for you. A bunch of different stuff. So let's go look at the green. Okay, so I wasn't going to cut the green today, but because of the cold front coming in, but I've got tiny little germinating dwarf bent or blue back here creeping, and I can't have it smothered out by this long grass. So basically I got to come out here. We're going to blow this off and cut it anyways. All right, so you can see that's what my putting green looks like right there. And I'm going to try and find some little germinations. Let's see if I can find some. It's kind of tough to see them. They're so tiny. Okay, there's some right there. See that right there? That is the little germination right there. Those tiny little things. Now, that's what the normal grass looks like. Look at all that pollen on there. Kind of crazy. So maybe you can see I've got buckets all around the yard for certain plants. Stupid freeze warning. April 1st, which is the frost freeze safe zone, and we have a possible freeze warning. The key to this is it going to be 32 or is it going to be 33 degrees? That's so important. If it gets down to freezing, that's when the water inside the plant cells can actually freeze, penetrate the cell wall, and you can kill your plants. Some plants are just susceptible to cold temperatures, but that freezing, the actual freezing, is critical. So if it stays 33 and above, who knows? We'll see. So I've got buckets all the way around the yard for plants. I've got some canvas tarps over here. We're going to tarp up some of the vegetable garden. My knockout roses actually have roses on them right now. I don't know what's going to happen. My banana plant will probably turn brown in the morning, but the putting green, man, the putting green looks great. And it's a cool season grass, so I'm not really worried. As long as we don't get a freeze in here, I'm not worried about it. Even with this new germination, I think it'll be fine. But something like this banana plant, there's a good chance tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon I'll come out and these leaves will actually be brown and it'll die off and it'll have to come back again. Hopefully we won't get too much of a freeze. We'll see. That yard's going to be fantastic, by the way. It is. That yard is going to be within 2 weeks. After this freeze comes through, we have 3 days of cold, then we're going up into the 80s. And that yard is going to look beautiful. It's going to look fantastic. Amazing. Anyways, guys, hit that subscribe button and talk to you later. Doc.